Hello, fellow Niteowls and Luminaries. It's Anna here, and I'm here with my hubby, Neff, artist, writer, husband, and co-creator of Midnight Designs.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everyone?
And we're here to talk about our con experiences. Since BlurCon's coming up in the next 15 or so days.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what BlurredCon is, it's a convention basically
Yes.
based around Black nerdom. Uh, that's what Blur stands for.
Blurry, Black
Black nerd.
Nerds.
Yeah. It's in Crystal City, Virginia. Right? That's Virginia, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Virginia, I think, yeah.
This would be our third year going.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. This will be our third year vending. I believe your fourth year
Attending, yeah, because I did it. I attended one. We both did it, didn't we? Didn't we first go to the? Well, I guess that's what we're gonna talk about. Our first experiences, what we like about cons, and trying to remember which cons we went to, because that's something that I have to do. What? We've attended a lot of cons in the past 5, 6. Okay, actually counting since like 2011, 2010. You remember when we went to Katsu?
Yeah. CastleCon, yes. That was our first convention
Yeah,
we
that
ever
was
went to.
gorgeous.
For those of you who don't know, CastleCon is an anime convention in
And
Oxon Hill, Maryland.
yeah, I was gonna say National Harbor, man.
I mean, you want to be wrong. It's in the Gaylord Hotel in
Yeah.
National Harbor.
Gorgeous. One of my favorite convention places.
Yes.
Hotel.
What did you like about CastleCon?
God, how huge it was. I mean, the venue was gorgeous. You have the Gaylord Hotel. It has like this entire like when you walk through the main double doors and then you like go past, you go down this red carpet. So you feel all special as you're going in there. And then you turn and you look right and there's just beautiful seated areas with like has a very outdoorsy feel, and then you look past it and you just see like this entire like wooded hidden village thing. Literally it looks like a hidden village, and it's like the brick is everywhere, like a little rustic town, and you look up and it's just beautiful glass and you can see the sky and the sea or the bay. I love just that view entirely. And honestly, where they put some of the locations they had for the artist alley and the dealer's room, I think they were like right next to each other.
Yeah.
Because they lay out for some other conventions.
So for me, like you said, it was really large. For me, I feel like it was more compact, more than anything. Because
So,
we've been to like Otakon, which is another anime convention. That
huge
was
one.
huge.
Yeah.
We haven't been since they moved to DC. We was going when they were in Baltimore, in the Baltimore Convention Center. That was a lot of walking.
That was a lot. We had to leave.
Yeah, for one event, we actually had to leave and go to a stadium.
Like across the street around the corner.
It was like, yeah, a couple blocks away.
Yeah, and it was just like...
And then there wasn't nowhere to eat there.
Yeah, that was
as well, so we had to leave out and go to the harbor. So, yeah, with CastleCon, you can literally do everything there, right? You can rent your room in the hotel. There's restaurants and stuff, or Starbucks. You can go there.
Potbellies and
drink.
Yeah, Subways.
The Maid Cafe, of course, is
upstairs.
That club upstairs.
That was so cool.
Like, everything is there. Like the panels and stuff isn't very far walking. They're all on like the convention side of CastleCon. And also, if you need to get some quick prints, there's a FedEx store.
That's
FedEx
right.
Henkels, literally right there.
Yeah.
As well. I remember one time I got flyers printed out and whatnot, and I gave it to one of the clubs to pass out, DC Anime Club.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not remember. Flyers for what?
The flyers was representing Heaven and Hell Studios and Momers.
Wow. I forgot all about that.
Yep.
Wow. Heaven and Hell Studios was our first company?
Yes. It was our first goal at this.
Yeah.
At creating comics and stuff. That's
That's a
an
story.
entirely
Yeah, that's a
different
whole.
conversation.
Yeah, if you want to hear about the rise and fall and the remains that is Heaven and Hell Studios, definitely let me know.
Yeah.
Because that's a bit of a story. I'll tell it.
I feel like a lot of people that was art that's R8 that were that are R8. Okay, let me try this again. I believe for a lot of people who are the age now that we were back then, they can probably learn a lot about it because we kind of came like fresh out of high school. Like, yo, we're about comics. We're about black comics. Like us, we're black.
Yeah, this was back in 2007, 8, 9.
It started back in 2006.
Yeah.
My senior year of high school.
Oh yeah, y'all would love that story. We'll come back to that one.
But also, it kind of brings up like an entire thing about you shouldn't start businesses with friends and whatnot.
Ooh, spicy.
And I'm kind of on the fence about that. But like I said, that's an entirely different discussion.
Let us know. Do you want to hear about? Because it's like, you're right. It is an entirely different discussion, but I would like that one day to talk about that. Like, but let's see.
So we've attended a bit of conventions in our time.
More than
CasaCon, Otakon, and these are literally just us just attending it. We've never been there before.
Right. Like that was a big
I'm scared to even check out the prices of it.
Like,
because they're so popular.
Yes.
And whatnot. Like, I know it's not like San Diego or New York Comic Con amount of prices.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure it's expensive to get a table at CasaCon.
Because so anybody who goes to conventions, anybody who has vended at conventions, you'll kind of realize that there is like a sort of a tier list for like the success or popularity of some conventions.
Yeah.
So you have pop-up conventions that are done in schools or libraries, maybe festival kind of things, where they have the convention feel. They're like you can cosplay there. You can it's like a one-day event. Those are like the lower tier ones. They're great. They're really great for communities. Really shows artist support. You get a lot of kids at those conventions. You get a lot of kids at the somewhat free ones. If they're not free, they're like almost free. They're mostly for the kids.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, I feel like they hold their appeal.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's kind of bringing kids and introducing kids and more so their parents to the convention life.
On that part especially, because one time, right? Like I want to say the first couple of conventions that we've done were rather small ones. The more we got into it, the more we did more of these library school conventions. Yeah,
our first convention was Hayfield, correct?
Yeah, Hayfield.
This school out in somewhere in Virginia.
Yeah, somewhere pretty far. I kind of feel like I remember, but
we normally stay in the DMV area, so conventions in DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Yes, and we would go with this. What pretty much put us on the con scene. Was this group called Artway Alliance, run by Eric Suggs and
nonprofit organization.
Yes, and Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Dangerfield.
Dangerfield, thank you. I was gonna say Douglas. I'm like, no, that's another friend. Oh no, I have friends with D name last names. I'm so sorry. Yes, Dangerfield. That's really cool last name. But and Artway Alliance was all about was nonprofit organization, and they were really about helping young artists or artists starting out with
introducing them to the convention scene, introducing kids into creating comics and stuff like that. With us growing up, of course we had Career Day, as I'm sure most of you have, but Career Day was kind of boring. I'm gonna be honest with you, it was really boring.
Really was,
for me, and I'm pretty sure we've discussed this too in the past. It was boring for you too, because
it was boring.
The people that were there, bless them for coming out to schools and to our schools to speak to us, but it would usually be like the same people for the most part. You know, we got
Your
probably
police
some
officer,
manager, police
manager.
officer.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Manager.
Hurt my hand on the mic.
You know, things of that nature. Military person.
Yeah, always
a military recruit.
Got a what are they called? A ranger. One time, a forest ranger. You know,
forest ranger.
Yeah, that was cool.
Park ranger.
Yeah, because the guy came in with the big Mister. What's his name? The Yellow Man from George. Curious George.
Make you think of? Was he?
I don't know
ranger?
What he was, but he had the big hat like him.
I think of the dude from what's his name? Damn it, the bear.
Yogi? Oh,
Yogi Bear, yes.
The park ranger.
Yeah, I think of that dude.
Okay, true.
I think of a park ranger.
Oh, well, he had the hat like that. He had those hats. He had those hats. And the kids always wanted to wear it. But I mean, other than that, there wasn't a cartoonist. There wasn't
animators, artists, writers, authors.
Yeah, none of them really came out. You had a baker one time. Baker came out. That was cool. But like, you know, yeah. So it was like, and that's how it just was, right? So with what Our Way Alliance was doing, where they would I think it was like he helped create some of those conventions, right? Like he talked with the school and like set it up and had helped them through the steps, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, it was like really cool. And so you have these kids coming in and parents coming in. And I literally had a bunch of people come to my table like, oh, wow, these are really nice. I'm so surprised. I didn't know people like really stood. Like, I had this one lady, very nice white lady, come to me, older woman too, like a grandmother. That was her grandson or maybe great nephew. I don't know. But she was with her husband and they were like, wow, I just didn't know people drew stuff like this. And it was literally just cartoons and stuff. I was sitting next to one of our other we've had him on our other podcast before, Darren. I'm sitting next to them. They're looking at both of our works and they're just really surprised that people draw. And they're like, yeah, I just like, you know, my I think it was a nephew was getting into the drawing comics and stuff, and I didn't know people did this for a living.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what do you mean? What? And there's literally, if you don't like, I was really happy. It was very like touching to be in these schools and talk to these parents who know nothing about the art world whatsoever. Probably thinks robots make everything or something. The way that they looked at us. I
can definitely say Our Way Alliance helped us enter into the convention scene.
Yes, thank you so much.
Because it's like, you know, you have comics, you have anime and, you know, manga and stuff like that nature. But it's like, well, I wouldn't even say that because I've gone to a lot of those conventions where they would have panels, right? They would have panels like how to start your comics, how to advertise, or how to, you know, create a manga or something like that, or a webcomic.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And, you know, as with anything, it would have varying amounts of valuable information and whatnot, depending on who's running it.
You remember that one time we went to Small Press Expo?
No, we've never been there.
Okay, what was Intervention Con?
Yes.
And we was having that how to make money off YouTube.
Oh yeah, that was really
like, you
weird.
Can't make no money off of YouTube. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, what is this?
And understand this was like this was like a few years ago.
2000
and whatnot, like before
13, 14?
Before the Markipliers, before the what's that kid name?
Yeah, before that
the kids love.
Dan TDM. He's pretty popular.
No, not him.
Flamingo?
The little boy.
Oh, Ryan.
Yes, before the Ryans and whatnot.
FGTV.
And yeah. So to have this person here, like
Older
literally,
gentleman.
we're here to learn about making money on YouTube, and he's just like, yeah, I don't make money from YouTube. I've never made money from YouTube.
Literally, like, I get change in cents.
But he's just like his whole opinion, like literally no one on there was making bucks on YouTube.
Yeah. Yes, this was when YouTube was
like,
just starting up, but it was like, this is
right. But I think back then, for the people who actually figured it out, they was making millions.
Yeah.
Back then. But yeah. So they were like one of them was like, yeah, it's all about getting your own website and putting people towards your website, and I guess doing Google's AdSense on your site or whatever.
I wonder
Not saying
where
that
they
that's
are now.
not a bad idea or whatever.
Right.
You should always want to have your own site. Like consider it literally as like your own real estate, because YouTube can switch up their policies. Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff can and eventually will come to an end.
Yeah.
So you don't want to rely with just having a fan base on there. I mean, you can also make a mistake, do something that goes against their policies, and they just ban you.
Yeah.
Like no reconcile or whatever. So it's like, yeah, you definitely want to have your own little place where people that follow you can continue to follow you and check out your work.
Yeah. That's very important.
Yeah. So I definitely learned a lot from those panels and whatnot. But a lot of times those panels are more so geared towards older teens and adults and whatnot. So Our Way Alliance literally looks at like, we're doing this for the kids. We're going to the schools and stuff. We're doing little art programs where the kids end up creating comic books by the end of their course.
I love that. That's like one of my favorite things about working with them is that we have 4 kids. We have 4 kids and we bring them along, and yes, they do sit there sometimes like, I'm so bored, because they can't go too far from me, or maybe the convention's so small that there's no game room for them. But normally when it comes to drawing, there's like, that's what Our Way Alliance sets up. It's like a little kiddie corner, draw whatever you like. There's like little prompts and stuff, and they tend to have fun over there. Yeah, I think that's great, because at the conventions for the younger kids that go, they're kids, their attention span, they're not gonna sit through the 2 hours of a panel.
The conventions
with their parents
probably don't. The conventions definitely don't go out of their way to kind of separate the experience. I can say, like, you have certain panels that are like, mature, 18 and older. Don't get me wrong about that.
Yeah,
but for the most part, it's not like, you had Teen Nick and you had Nick Jr. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you had Nick at Night.
Right.
Yeah. Usually from a lot of what I see with a lot of the normal conventions, they kind of just skip the convention junior.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about Our Way Alliance. I know we're literally talking about them a lot, but
we're just trying to con scene. And like we would not be doing this con thing as well as we do now.
Yeah, and we just also as parents, we just appreciate how much value that it adds to the kids and kind of give them something, because it's like there's some things that kids shouldn't see, of course, and sometimes people literally just go to conventions just to hang with their friends, take pictures, and just get like totally freaking wasted.
Oh my jeez, yeah. And you know what? They have every
really
right to
wasted.
Do that. Yeah, it's a public space.
If you're an adult,
yeah.
Well, you shouldn't get wasted.
Yeah, but it's a public space, so you should be a little bit more careful. But as an adult, these cons are like party scenes. They got the night stuff. It's nice.
They're usually most large cons have like a club.
Yeah. But it's nice that Our Way Alliance.
Some people just go there just to rave.
Yeah, people just show up for the rave at the end. I'm like, what? You haven't been here all day? You missed out on everything?
Yeah, it's one.
I love all of the con stuff.
For those of y'all who haven't gone to a convention, like y'all been thinking about it or whatnot, and it's like, oh well, when I get the money or get the right cosplay, just go. Yeah. We've had the whole situation last year and whatnot, and go support your local con.
Yes.
And whatnot.
Even if you're like,
don't put it off. Enjoy life. I mean, that's another reason we're kind of bringing this up, because it's like, I know a lot of people are like, still don't feel safe and whatnot, and that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
And whatnot. I'm not saying like, just go out there, just be wild and crazy. Like,
take your shirt off. No.
It's a different matter. It's a different matter, and you still gotta be smart and protect yourself, which is the main reason why we're going to BlurredCon.
Mm-hmm. We're vaccinated.
We got vaccinated, but at the same time,
we're gonna be practicing all of the usual, still, we weren't vaccinated. Well,
mask on.
Yeah.
mask on, you know, hand
Hand sanitizer
sanitizer
on the table.
right there and whatnot. Like
No
we're not
business.
really.
No, let them grab the business
We're
cards.
doing business cards, but we're, you know, putting business. You know, we're handing it off to them and whatnot.
Yeah, I was thinking of putting them like
putting it inside of the clear bags.
Yes,
with,
exactly.
You know, with the order purchase and whatnot. So you know, you still got to be smart about it.
And I trust BlurCon. It's a very safe. From what every time I've gone, I've always felt safe, included, loved. Like it was just such a great community. I've had to walk around with other individuals. If you bump each other, someone says, "Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry." There was no rudeness to it. The kids were in the gaming corner, and okay, funny story, I guess, real quick. So of course, at my BlurCon, I'm working, and I think you went to go get food. You went to go get something.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids.
I know one time I had to get prints.
Yes. Oh yeah. So the kids are in the game corner, and if you've ever been to, and just in case you haven't, when you go into the Regency, right?
I don't remember the hotel.
I think it's Regency. Well, if you ever go inside, there's like, you go through the front double doors, you can go straight down to the elevator, then you do the check-in, and then there's like you walk, if you go to the right and you just keep walking, you'll hit like these doorways that lead you to the artist alley. If you go right again, you get to the bottom, which is like this really cool open floored gaming corner. I love looking down and watch people game, play DDR. And it's like arcades, and they got the more tech stuff down the hallway, and there's a gaming room to the side. So the kids love it. They love being down there, and they're in a enclosed space. So usually the oldest, who's 12, would go over there, and sometimes my daughter will go, sometimes she won't. I'll keep the baby with me because she's I don't expect my 12-year-old to really watch it, to be honest. But at least I know that for the most part, he's keeping an eye on his little brother. And Anderson, of course, we'll both go, but Anderson will go and check on them, or he'll be with them, playing with them anyway. So it's like, it's pretty nice space. And it gives me an excuse to get up from the table a lot, because that's another thing. I like standing by the table. I enjoy it. But I also want to walk around the con. So, my son comes back, and he's like, I'm like, where everyone else is here, and I'm like, where's your brother? And he's like, he's not here. And I'm like, oh Lord. Oh Lord. So I text Anderson, we're looking for our youngest son, and come to find out, it didn't take long to find him. He was gaming with this really nice guy, and the guy was like, I saw this kid here playing this happened just once. This happened twice so far. But at Anime USA, Nene was playing an old, probably Street Fighter game, one of those old fighting games. And the guy was like, he saw this kid here by himself, and he didn't notice where his parent or anything was, so he just been kind of keeping an eye on him. That sounds creepy, but the guy was really sincere. And after a while, he started playing with Nate, and he was like, I didn't want to just leave him here, so I've just been sitting here for maybe 10 minutes. I just didn't know what to do. I'm like, and the thing is, I walked past him so many times. He had accumulated a crowd, and he was kicking people's butt on the game. So the reason why I couldn't see him, because his tiny self was in the chair, surrounded by literally 5 other adults, just handing it to them. I think they let him win, though. But he was really excited.
I don't know. Nate tend to be cheating, man.
He does.
I hate playing against him. He's one of those players that's just like, well, okay, so one, Nathan can't do anything simple. Like, he can't just sit there with the controller in his hand and play the video game.
No.
If he's playing a fighting game, if he's playing any game.
If he's just watching TV.
He's just jumping in place.
Foot up,
this is literally just hopping. How he plays, just constantly.
And he yells
moving.
at you.
Yes, he trash talks.
He does.
He trash talks so bad.
What do you think about that?
When I beat him, I'm just like, in your face. Yeah, what now? Yeah, I don't even no rematch. I'm done. I'm going to work. Bye.
He gets so mad when you don't do a rematch. He's like, no, because he kicks my, I can't play Nene no more. Tired of losing. I'm tired of losing. No, I'm done. And he plays with the really combo heavy characters that if you get locked in, like they're
yeah, he plays with cheating characters too.
Dang.
One of those characters where you just press the same button and they just go into like an entire combo.
Yes.
You can't break from out of it. That's honestly him.
Yes, it is. So he's at that definitely was a learning experience for me. Note to self, Nene needs extra, like he will start gaming by himself. I thought he wouldn't. I thought he'd be too scared to leave Wolfie's side. But nope, he got into a game. We walked right past him. Like the gaming room isn't that huge. I just didn't think of looking between the crowds of grown men for a tiny child just jumping up in the chair and just beating a bunch of people. But oh, sorry, excuse me. A note, of course, don't leave a child unattended anywhere. It was like close to the end when we were wrapping up. So, you know, I'm not leaving them unattended, or not unattended, but to mind themselves for hours at a time. Like I said, yeah, so we're back and forth. We're a team with this. If he doesn't have the kids at home, they're at the table behind me, and they're not allowed to really wander off or do anything past my view. So it's like, you know, we're monitoring them. And
yeah, I mean, you know, bless them. We want to have them enjoy the convention scene, too. And, you know, like I said, that's why it's cool to have things like All-Way Alliance.
Yeah, well, we have a space for them to run around and be in, and we're there with them.
But also to work and learn stuff.
Yes.
Not so much to just run around. Because, you know, there's also games and stuff that they do as well.
Yeah, it's fun.
And, you know, building up their confidence, too, in drawing and whatnot. Because you have a lot of people that, you know, the common joke, the starving artist, the most expensive degree,
wasted degree or whatever.
Yeah, an art degree and whatnot. And, you know, there's truth in that, of course. But some people benefit. Like, I can't judge. Some people benefit in learning in a classroom setting and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I do agree, though. It's pretty expensive considering that, you know, most jobs don't even take into consideration where you went to school at.
Yeah.
They're just more concerned with, can you draw now?
Yeah, 'cause it's not
like, what's your skill level in drawing?
Right, and it's not that your studying was a wasteful endeavor. So much as like the amount of hoops that they put you through to get that degree and how much money you spend on it, just for most employers to not really look at it, not unless it stands out like in a really big way. That's the wasteful part, and that has nothing to do with the student themselves, but the people who set up that system.
We're looking at you, Art Institute.
Yeah, dude. Oh my jeez.
So glad that the Vulture School around the Art Institute of Washington has closed its doors.
Yes.
Sold everything. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's the scalper.
We almost got caught up into that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our director friend, MDC, he did and whatnot, and he's stuck in debt. One of my other friends, they went there for becoming a music engineer. I think it was $70,000. It was like between $70,000 or $80,000 that they owed in student loans.
Yeah, you know, that's how much it was gonna be for us. They looked at us like two young adults fresh out of high school. Well, we weren't that fresh out of high school, but like in like 3 or 5
we had
years.
we been out of high school for a while, so we had a little bit more sense.
Yeah,
like we had jobs.
Yeah, like they tried to look
like,
to you, right? It was like
they was like parents? It's going to cost you $900 to $1,000 a month. Like it just varied every month.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
For me, it was like $549 with dad. And
unless I signed some loans, or you know, got my parents to co-sign some loans. My father was like, no.
Yeah,
he was like,
Smart
he's
man,
not co-signing anything. And yeah, and so I was like, well, is there any way for me to get these payments lower? And they stopped talking to me.
Pretty much, because it's like, I've said this before. What I've learned on YouTube, that's the way I learned. It's different than others. The people who do classroom setting, YouTube has really helped me a lot as far as art books.
Yeah, but I mean, even still though, you have things like Udemy.
Yeah, I'm taking those courses again.
Udemy.
Udemy. UDEMY.com.
Yeah. Skillshare.
Class 101.
Yeah, Class 101. There's this one that Ethan Becker promotes.
He's done phenomenal work as an artist. He even did one of the set scenes for Invincible.
Yeah. I can't find it. I think I closed the page. Damn it. Well, yeah. It looked really good too. I think I had told you about it.
I think you did. I forgot what it was called. We were just looking at it, wasn't it? Was that the one for the animators?
Yes.
Oh, that's another thing that's great about conventions, though. If you're an artist starting out, or if you're just midway, or just in general, It's such a great connect space for artists. I met so many great vendors. Bite-sized treasures.
What's that?
The aquatic ones with the
Oh
sharks.
yes.
Yeah, love. I really want to be in contact again. One of the best places to do it is at cons. Dandy from I forgot what the name of her. I has Pupcakes.
Big inspiration, man.
Yes,
big boost of inspiration
from meeting
from getting the chance to talk to these people. Like if
writers.
you're there and you're interested in becoming, go get into comic books or stuff like that, or manga, what have you. Definitely, talk to them, man. Like,
yeah, I would say my to-do thing when you go to a convention and you're a creator, talk to them. They want to talk. Most of the time we want to talk.
Cool. Yeah. And it's extremely
unless we're eating.
Too.
Then please wait.
A lot of them are really really helpful.
Passionate and helpful. Yes.
Yeah.
I was very surprised that they
so
gave
much
us
information.
Yeah. I got a lot of tips. Thinking that this is something like a job, like how jobs you can't discuss your wages and things like that. So I'm thinking the same thing for going to conventions. Oh, they're not going to share their tips and trades. It's supposed to be a secret. We're all competing against each other. No, it's not that whatsoever. It's just this beautiful pool.
Of
inspiration and help,
helping each other out.
Trades.
It's not us against us. It's us against the cosplayers.
Wow, no, it's not. You mean cosplay? No, they. Oh man, though I do love the local cosplay scene too. I met some great friends that are cosplayers. I miss them so much.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want anyone to think that
it was a joke.
Serious about that. Or wow.
Is it because
cosplaying
they get their whole table
is
outside of the artist alley sometimes?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess if anything, it's just like artist alley tends to get that was quite a bit. That was like 2 seconds of silence. I just want to make sure that I say this correct. Artist alley seems to get like a lot of it doesn't get as much love. It doesn't get as much love as
the merchant's corner or whatever it's called. What is it called? The merchant.
I wouldn't even say like well, I don't know how much. I know the merchant people, they usually have to pay more. And
they do, you're right.
I feel like rightfully so, because it's like it's more, I'm not gonna say it's more easier, but depending on what you're selling, like if you're in an anime convention and you're selling anime figurines and stuff, or manga, of course you're gonna get crowded.
Yeah.
With a lot of people there.
Selling merch is different than selling your art. Even if
right, if you're that's basically what I'm saying. Because then you have people like us, for example, where we don't do a lot of fan art and whatnot. Then you also have conventions that set kind of limits to that as well too.
They have a 25% rule of fan art that kind of notice nobody really follows.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. True to that.
I've literally seen just walls of fan art, and I'm just like,
but there's like,
where's your stuff?
There's artists like us.
That's gorgeous though. I'll buy
that. Isn't here to sell fan art. They're here more so to introduce new people to their intellectual property and whatever. And it's like it sucks because it's not really for them. Like the space really isn't for you. Like let's say you're in an anime convention like Casacon and you're trying to do like a superhero comic or whatever. It's like it's kind of weird to see. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't do that, because I mean, like for example, we watch anime and we also read comics as well too, even superhero comics from time to time. So it's like I won't say don't try to branch out to other spaces, but it's just with the amount of money that you have to pay to have the table in the artist alley, and they justify that on the amount of foot traffic that the convention gets as a whole.
Right.
But you got to understand, you have people who go to conventions to take pictures of cosplayers, or to cosplay, or to go to a panel, or to get someone's autograph,
or just to go
or
to the
to
rave
go
at
to
night.
the game room, or to go to the rave. Not a lot of people are going to see an artist unless they already, already is a part of that artist community.
Yeah, I want to say
More often than not.
someone had brought it up in one of the groups I was in that conventions, as great as they are, about 30% of all con goers kind of tend to go to the artist alley. Some wander in there.
Other than me creating my, cosplay or whatnot, like I said, I don't hate cosplayers. I love them. But for me to create, other than the cost for creating my cosplay or to purchase my cosplay, all I gotta do is just buy a ticket. Buy a ticket.
And just walk
show
around.
My stuff, hand my business card to people.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fun, and that's totally authentic too. It's just that you have to understand that in the artist alley, we don't get a lot of the foot traffic because people, and then you
can't be off to the side selling prints. Like you
gotta be in here.
You gotta buy that table.
Yeah,
it's an investment, and
it's still crazy. Some conventions,
it's not a big investment. It's not a good investment.
Yeah, cons are fun. Cons are nice. But sometimes you're paying like $700 for a table.
I don't think I've attended a convention that doesn't provide a table.
I don't. Yeah. The fact that
we're not
somewhere,
that big.
Yeah, that's the
we're not that big.
I don't know what would bring a whole table to a convention, just set it up like what?
It's like San Diego Comic Con.
I worked for Otakon 1 year. Mm-hmm. And I was working for this vendor, and we had to help build. It makes sense. We had to help build he sold manga stuff, like just a bunch of mangas. So it was like a little maze of mangas. He was a bit mean though. He was like pretty sure everyone was gonna steal. And mind you, yeah, we found out at the end of the convention, like at least I think 15 things were stolen.
Oh wow!
Not on my watch though. I wasn't in trouble for anything, but some people got in trouble. And like he'll call you out and he would be like, watch the aisle. I'm talking to the customer, watch the aisle. I'm like, the customer asked me where the manga is. I don't know the answer where the manga is. That's all I was telling him. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And you just get in trouble for that. But no, they had to set up the whole display. Like they're not provided a table.
I mean, that makes sense for the merchant.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Some of them probably don't need a table.
Right. They just
like
need
you
the
said,
space.
they just had like a maze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just get the maze. They just get the vacant space,
right?
Which I'm like,
I guess that's how it works for artists. Once you get higher up there,
it's like it gives you like the ability to kind of be more creative with your space as well too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, this is actually kind of cool. I don't want this though. Don't leave me in charge. I will sit there for the entire convention time, stacking the crates in different ways, just trying to figure it out. That doesn't stain me. I want to say one of the things I hate about attending conventions, and there's very few things I hate about it. It's probably just one. And that's setting up my display. That's all my fault too. I never have a setup before I go in. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You just kind of wing it.
I just wing it. What do I want to do today? A dear friend of mine, a dear friend of ours, gave me these crystal lights that I love so much. And they're fairy lights and like these little lazy Susans. Mm-hmm. And the little turntable things where you're like, I guess you put the cake on there or something like that, and you can spin the cake around or whatever happens, some type of dish. Mm-hmm. But I use it for my display, and I have like little rotating I don't know what to call it, crate. Mm-hmm. That has like merch on it. So if you wanted to spin around and be like, oh, look, stickers here, look, prints here. I love that. That's the thing that will always be on my table from now on because it's such an ingenious idea. But when it comes to anything else, I don't know what I'm doing. And it takes me, I hate that it takes me 2 hours. We can get there as early as we can. Sometimes we don't. But we get there as early as we don't. Well, even when we get there early, I'm just like, dang it, frick. I don't know what we're doing. All right, let's see what works. And I'll tell people like, hey, stuff is out. I'm so sorry. I've literally had people come to the table while I'm setting up and start buying stuff. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not ready. I'm so sorry. I just don't know what to do.
Right, yeah.
That's it. Oh, breakdown isn't so bad. It's the setup. It's just a setup. I just want to make it look as professional as everyone else's. I want to not make it look like a mess.
You want to work with the space that they provide you.
That too, because they're not all the same. You'll probably get they'll tell you to get a table, and then you kind of you get like a 4x4 table or something.
You remember what we had on our first convention?
Oh yeah, we had the school lunch tables, right?
It was a school lunch table.
Yeah, it was
and we literally had Nothing.
Zero.
Like we ordered
Zero
prints,
prints.
and they did not come in. They actually ended up coming in the day after the convention.
Learned a lesson from that
and whatnot. And we was just like
that was our first.
We didn't know what to
convention.
expect as well either.
Yeah.
So we got there and
it was a school.
Yeah, Eric was like, okay, just go ahead and set up. I got this entire table. I'm like, bruh. I felt so embarrassed. It was like,
yeah, same.
Because we knew it was going to be in a school, but we felt like, it wasn't going to be so bad and whatnot. Like, we didn't need that much stuff. Like, we thought, everything was going to work out.
Yeah, it did.
And we was just like, oh, damn.
It was very confusing.
So, yeah, so I just had to end up running to,
what was it, Kinko's?
Kinko's, yeah, FedEx Kinko's.
Yeah.
I think somewhere in, Alexandria.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully.
And yeah, so I learned this like twice on 2 occasions. FedEx, you can get some pretty decent prints at Kinko's, but yeah, their machines can't handle too much. I found out.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Was so frustrating.
So, on 2 separate occasions in 2 different Kinko's, I ended up breaking the machine.
Yes, that was so.
I understand it wasn't even anything like 50 or 100 prints. Either.
It was like three prints.
It probably
prints?
was like at least 10.
Oh, okay.
Of different stuff because I had like everything on a thumb drive.
Yes.
But yeah, so versus the Kinko's.
Archaic.
Probably was there for like an hour and a half, got the prints, and came back and whatnot, and we was able to set up, and things worked out.
Yeah.
Like
the next day we got our prints. They came in the mail. It just was a day late.
So for the next conventions we went to, we had product
and
whatnot. It was just funny.
New rule for every convention: make sure you buy your stuff well in advance. We ended up because of that experience sticking with Pro DPI for a while, but learning to
we got the prints from off this it's a bit expensive. We just tried cat prints with this new line of prints that we got.
We were with Pro DPI for years, and then we went back to it this year because we didn't have to buy prints last year.
They got rid of like
our size.
2 sizes.
Yeah, they changed.
They got rid of the
8.5
by 11.5 and the 11 by 17.
Like
and whatnot.
No offense to them, but they had like this
so professional.
Yeah.
Though. Like when I open up the box and I see the colors of one of Anna's illustrations on that matte paper. I'm just like, yo, this is so freaking good. And it looks even better like in the clear bag with the light reflecting from off of it.
It's a shame too because it's like Pro DPI seemed like it catered to like the photography students or the photographers and whatnot.
I mean, why is it a shame?
Because you go to the site now and it's all hoity-toity and all snobby like. I don't like the new site. I don't like change.
It was always like that. Just like she said, it's more so
it was like, don't you want to hang this in your home?
Towards photographers, like you want to get your wedding day photos blown up and stuff like that. But like I said,
it was great for art prints.
Definitely quality. The shipping and handling was pretty expensive because no matter how little a small your order was, it was
12 flat.
Like $12 flat.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
What was cat prints flat?
But. I don't even know.
I think it was like $9 for cat prints. It was a little cheaper.
It shouldn't have been anything, to be honest with you.
Oh, I don't think it
with
wasn't.
Pro DPI, as I was saying, their prints like completely secured.
Oh yeah,
and whatnot.
Yeah,
like they
had to like
they was like these things are not being bent in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
I was kind of disappointed with cat prints setup.
Yeah,
with the amount of prints that we got, 3 of them actually ended up getting damaged.
Don't like that.
They had it wrapped up in like saran wrap, and
I guess it ripped
ripped during the the traveling process.
He's drinking bubbly.
It got ripped.
Yep.
And some of the edges got bent. Yeah.
I can't sell those. I don't want to sell them.
It wasn't secure, really. They put it inside this long box, and they put like packing peanuts in there. Usually,
Packing peanuts.
I've seen
Not the green ones.
I usually seen more. I've usually seen, like, even when I would get stuff from Kickstarter, right, like comic books or some type of print or something from off of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's you these things can't move. You can't allow them to move because it's going to, you know.
Yeah, they're in trucks for who knows how long.
And it's like, in case anyone
Jocelyn.
was wondering, the paper type was heavy cardstock, so it's like it wasn't like
flimsy
thin paper.
Yeah.
So
very surprised.
Kind of disappointing.
Definitely.
And then it's like I didn't get that same feeling with Pro DPI. I was telling my wife. I didn't get that feeling when I opened it, where it was like, wow, this is just beautiful. Well, they still look good. Don't get me wrong. They're not bad. They look really good. It's just that
he really liked the matte.
The colors on the mat and whatnot. She went with gloss.
It was my fault. I went with gloss.
I'm like,
some of them came out great in gloss.
This looks average.
It does. It looks average. What we used to have was like really good.
Top notch. And it wasn't expensive either.
I'll give it that for cat print. It's not expensive.
Well, no, I was talking about Pro DPI.
Oh, okay.
I'm over cat print.
We never going back.
It wasn't expensive with Pro DPI, like with how much we normally sell it. Like we don't sell it for a high price or whatever. Like it's normally what you would expect to buy for 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 17.
Right, exactly.
But you was able to turn a profit with it either way. So yeah, we might go back. We might go back. We just probably just gonna offer different sizes for it.
We'll just have to go with the
I'll probably stick with, because I'm pretty sure they do matte with there too. Cat print, yeah.
Yeah, we can always try them.
I would just stick with cat print for 11 by 17.
Yeah, they're 11 by 17s look nice.
And it's really cheap, like dirt cheap.
It's affordable. You're gonna get quality prints from us, I promise. It's just they were very nice to buy. It was very nice to save as much money as we did make.
No, yeah, I see why a lot of people suggest them.
Yeah, it was
like 11 by 17 was literally cents.
Yeah.
To the
and
dollar.
I appreciate that. I really do, because those bigger prices can Pro DPI, it was like $13 or like 11 something for like one 11 by 17. I might be wrong. It might have been $13.
No, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why we couldn't get we could never get them like a lot, because it was just more than $10 for like one print. And if you get two, then it's like now you have $22. It's like that hurts. Yeah, I mostly made the.
It wasn't like the most that we had. We used to sell smaller prints too, like
4x6.
Yeah, 4x6 and another one.
Another one. Oh, what were those? 3x something?
No, it was there was one
6x8.
in between. Yeah. It
Those
was between
okay.
the 8.5 by 11s and the 4x6.
After,
I felt like that sold as well too.
Yeah, they sold okay. It's just after a while, getting all those varying sizes, and I was left over with a couple of the smaller prints.
Yeah,
kind of showed me that the 8x10s and 11x17s really sell more.
Yeah, Mady allowed me to handle the ordering, and I totally like botched that.
He didn't botch it.
So for anyone like starting out and you want to get prints, make sure that always start off low and whatnot. Probably like 1 to 2 copies of one print and whatnot. You don't want to be with a lot of inventory. And I don't know how.
I gotta find out.
I normally pride myself with technical stuff.
Yeah.
But somehow I ordered double the amount that I intended to. And I still don't understand. I don't understand how that happened. So we have a lot of inventory, and I'm kind of sad about that.
I'm not, because we're going to be putting it on online store eventually. Because yeah,
we'll be when the store opens up. If anyone's interested in purchasing one, you can.
We do. We have quite a bit at the moment. Well, we don't have a crazy amount. We only have 8. 8 of each.
Yeah,
or is it 6?
That's a lot. That's a lot to me.
But for the price that we paid, because if we had gotten, that was one of the biggest thing too. If you had gotten more than 4, it was already like a lot of money. Except for the 8x10s. But we just couldn't get a lot of different images because it would be like 120, 130. I think the most we paid for prints was like 170.
True. I just don't like, me personally, I don't like having a lot of stuff in stock and whatnot.
I can completely understand though. Yeah. And that's another thing about conventions is definitely knowing. Okay,
You're probably gonna have.
Yeah.
I'll say this: you're probably gonna have like a lot of designs and stuff that you're gonna get prints and stuff made out of, but a lot of times you're gonna see that there's only like a couple of stuff. Like let's say you probably have like 10 designs, you'll probably get like 3 or 4 that does super well.
Yeah.
And then the other ones probably don't do as well.
Pretty
that's
much.
something that I definitely noticed. So like, in situations like that, still create new stuff. But for the ones that do really well, it's kind of common sense to double down on that. Like buy more of those prints and show more people.
You don't know how sad I was when I came to find out that at some point people were not buying my Summer Blues with Rita Andre and the Cityscape. I worked so hard on that.
It was, yeah.
And it's like the color composition to the character designs to the sky. I had so much fun coloring that and drawing it. And it wasn't selling at one point. No one was really interested in it. They were all interested in the Jessica cosplaying as Videl. One of our characters cosplaying as Videl. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I put so little effort into that one. I mean, I put my heart and soul because it's our characters. What? Sorry. But I mean, like, she's just dressing up as a Dragon Ball Z character. But look at this authentic thing I did where I like painted the backgrounds and I did the scenery and the characters. Don't they look so nice? Don't you get like a nice feeling? And it was like, no.
I mean, you kind of gotta look at the. I hope you guys can't hear, but in the background, like one of our cats are like really going off, like crying their heart out.
She hasn't done this entire time, but right now when we're recording this,
yeah, like literally none today. We haven't heard her
at all. We just finished
she's just wailing. Oh my goodness. Well, no, that makes a lot of sense because it's like you kind of have to also draw to your audience.
That's what
and
I was gonna bring up. Yeah.
So it's like you have this thing, this a lot of the conventions that we do vend at. They're predominantly black or it's mixed. I'll say that it's really mixed. It's really mixed.
Oh, you're talking about the ones we attend?
Yeah. It's really mixed, and so you got like this black girl cosplaying has Videl. Everyone knows Dragon Ball Z and whatnot, and she's striking like a power pose.
Yeah.
As well.
It's a fun picture. I really like it.
And then you have, like you said, Andre and Rita, and you see them from behind, and there's like this landscape. But it's like, not saying it's a bad picture or anything, but I'm like,
yeah,
no one knows who they are,
right?
And there's nothing really like anime or comic book about it yet. You have it in a piece in a comic book or
usually
anime convention.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of just makes more sense that maybe this would do better in like your art store or on an Etsy and whatnot, where someone stumble on it and is like, oh, a landscape painting, like this is dope. I want this.
Yeah.
But now I want to find out more about it.
I'm not saying that artsy pizzas don't. I'll call it an artsy pizza because it's more of like a mood thing. Artsy pizzas do well depending on the audience. You have to recognize conventions really helped me understand my target audience. We really started noticing who was coming to the table, who was listening, who was buying, who was glancing and just walking past.
Always watch.
It's fun. I'm a people watcher, so
the people when they come to your table and whatnot. To those of you that's starting out.
Yeah.
watch them. Look at the stuff that they pick up and stuff. Like, don't. And here's the other thing. Don't compare
yourself, though.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. It's cool. Yeah, I keep trying to formulate my thoughts down.
Not you.
This isn't a real radio station where it's like you can't have any silence. I mean, it's not good to have silence on a podcast either, I guess.
Yeah, but
yeah, I'm trying to say, don't get discouraged that you have people come, they look at stuff, they might ask you a question, and then they just go off and whatnot.
A lot of them will do that.
Yeah.
And that's not anything on you.
Yeah, that literally has nothing to do with you.
Nope, not at all. Well,
half of the time, unless your prices are like extremely high or whatever,
or you're a douche,
or you're. Well, I won't say that. If you're not welcome as well, too, or you people kind of feel that desperation on you.
That
it's like
too.
buy this.
You're not allowed to leave out in front of your table and pull people to your table and.
Yeah,
I've never done that.
That's bad cosplay etiquette.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, desperation in the sense of like, just like in the voice, like, hey, look at this. This is how much you want to pay for this, or something like that. I've kind of seen that from walking around.
I've seen it.
The artist alley, and I get like pulled over and whatnot.
Literally had it happen to us at Awesome Call, remember? I think we ended up buying some of their stuff anyway.
No, I don't.
It was
yes, I remember. Yeah,
that was really like. I was trying to go talk to. We had just finished talking to a cosplayer who had cosplayed Belle with a hijab.
Yes,
and that was nice. I showed her my drawing of Sailor Moon, and I really like that piece. And I've had people come to me, talk to me about that piece too. Like, it's so nice to be represented, and I'm just like, oh, that's all I want. I just want the representation for everybody. But after we finished talking to her, she went off. The guy pulled us over the table, and we were like, well, we can't say no. And that's kind of rude when you kind of corner people like that.
We could have said no.
We could have, but I mean.
But the stuff was interesting. Yeah. I didn't feel. I would have walked away. But the stuff that he was selling, it was his books, and whatnot. And I definitely liked what he did with his space and whatnot.
Yeah, that was
because it was like a company or whatever. But yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that.
It's not good. They'll come to you. You'll get people who are drawn to you, whether you are aware or not. Too. Sometimes I'm in my work. I bring my tablet or something to draw my sketchbook because it's like sitting there for like from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's like, okay, I am bored. There's only so much stimulation from other people I can get before I just like, I want to draw now. And I'm drawing, then I'll have people come up to me, and I don't call them over. I don't say hello. I do say hello, but I'm not like, hey, hi, hey, hi. I'm not like that.
But at the same time, don't be because I've gone to certain tables where people just straight up ignored me.
Yeah, I kind of
like
don't
you had
like
said
that
drawing and whatnot, and then
that's
they
fine.
might be working on a commission or something, but it's like at least address people that come to your table. Like you don't have to be like a freaking weenie. It's like, oh, how you doing today, sir? Man, take your coat, sir. Like, no, you don't have to be like that.
Right.
But at least make eye contact.
I've had it where I was trying to get the person's attention. I wanted to buy it. This happened a couple of times.
Were they talking to someone else?
No, they just were not. They didn't get my cues, and I didn't want to be rude, and I didn't want to be like, hey, excuse me. So I was just like, hello, hi, and they had no headphones in. I guess they thought I wasn't talking to them. They never glanced up once, and I just walked off. Because I was like, I feel bad. I feel like I'm interrupting. Like, you're ignoring me. It's not a great feeling. And then I come back.
That's actually well, that's the reason that you feel bad. Because like I would more so be upset because because it's like this person is completely rude.
Right, and I was gonna buy stuff. I was walking around at this time because normally I get a little piece of time. I give myself some time to
go around and check, and to buy stuff from other artists.
Yeah, I love keychains, pens, anything, stickers, bookmarks. Just gimme.
Yeah.
And I'll have some artists who are just into it, and I guess because they saw me vending, so I don't know.
Like I have my fun for my artist fund to buy stuff that they have, and I have my fund for my toy collecting.
Yeah, he goes. Disappears, comes back with like a new Spawn toy.
Sonic. Spawn. Well, yeah,
some Marvel. No, some DC, because DC has the good. Excuse me, DC's have the good.
Yeah, if I found something like that, yeah, DC figure.
Right. I guess Marvel has good figures too, but I'd see you with those. Yeah.
I don't collect. Not because I have anything against Marvel. I think Marvel is a little bit better than DC, story wise.
It's true though.
Universe wise,
universe.
But it's just I can't collect everything.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so there's just specific things that I just started collecting and just continue to collect, and I don't really mix those spaces because then it just becomes too much.
Yeah, I think up here I got like Monster High, and then I have like Kingdom Hearts, and then I have like My Hero Academia.
Well, the Kingdom Hearts
Pokemon.
was like a gift though.
It was, but it's still mine.
So the Pokemon was a gift.
Okay, most of mine are gifts. I don't buy figurines like that.
Not
that I don't want to.
We get Pop Funko stuff.
Yeah.
I have a couple of what are they called? Nindroids.
Yeah, Nindroids.
Yeah,
I love those.
Overwatch Nindroids. I used to have Saber from Fate Stay.
I want the Korra one.
They got messed up.
Oh yeah, the kids. Especially Jade at the time.
Those things were
they're not cheap.
At all.
So you go to conventions and sometimes you can find figurines for a cheaper price. The fun thing is going around.
I haven't seen one yet.
Not for a cheaper price. But if you go around, sometimes one person's selling it for less than what you'll find in an actual online store. They'll do that con bargain price. I ran across it.
I've never seen that.
Have I ever bought any of them? Are they still pricey?
Yes. Most stuff that I've seen, they're usually more expensive than it's usually a markup in conventions. I'm not going to lie.
I thought it was a markdown. I mean, you would know because I don't really go into that. I do go in there, but
it's usually a markup from what I've seen.
God.
But it's hey, you have the chance to get it there. You can look at the box. You can literally be just make the decision. Not make the decision, but you can look at the product yourself to be okay, yeah, this isn't fake, because that's one of the things that you got to be wary of when you're ordering from the internet, even eBay and whatnot. This may be a counterfeit product.
Yes, and whatnot. So irritating. Because what was it? I had got Nathan for his birthday Transformers toys. And one of them doesn't transform. And I'm just like, what? It shows it on its box on the Amazon.
It's funny because even the Transformers for kids age 3 still transforms a little bit.
I got one that transforms that's smaller than I'm expecting the big one.
I had McDonald's Happy Meal Transformer toys that still transform.
Yes.
Do you understand?
I was on my P's and Q's, making sure this is an authentic Hasbro, I believe is the brand that does Transformer toys, baby.
I think it's Mattel.
I'm on my P's and Q's, so I might have messed up because of that right there. Trying to find an authentic, and it's okay, the box shows. People in the review say this is a good toy and it's a real toy. So I know it's a real toy, it's not an empty box. The Optimus Prime, nice 6-inch, does not transform.
Wish you would have showed me that. I would have immediately noticed.
But the other one,
you got to be careful on Amazon too, man.
Yeah.
I don't like buying toys on Amazon. Looking at Beyblades, it's they're called. Rip Topper.
They'll literally use the Beyblade picture. What is it called?
It'll say everything except for Beyblades in the title. That's the thing you gotta watch out for. I remember we was looking at Monster High dolls and whatnot, and it's these are Monster dolls, but they don't say Monster High dolls and whatnot. And when you look closely, you're just wait a minute, you're just quick clicking and just buying and whatnot. That kid is gonna be really disappointed.
I had to stop Wolfie from getting these Five Nights at Freddy's toys that were not the plushies. They weren't what does it? Funko plushies? I think it's Funko plushies. I don't know.
Oh, Funko's got plushies now?
Probably, yeah. But they
what was that, Five Nights at Freddy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're the only ones that are licensed, at least as far as I know. There are some off-brand toys.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I was like, Well, if you look at that tag on the back of that toy real quick, he's like, "What are you talking about?" It was just it didn't even look like the character when I was looking through the pictures that he picked. Like, this is not a character. There's no yellow version of this character.
Man.
Yeah,
I've seen some sins, bro. I've seen some sins.
To go back to conventions.
Yeah. To go back to conventions. Let me see here. So, which one do you prefer? Like, I think the biggest one to date that we've kind of worked at is Anime USA. And
that was pretty big, but I didn't really
fortunately
like
for us, we got into Anime USA when Anime USA wasn't really Anime USA anymore, because that used to be
one of the
top, like there with
3.
Otakon. It used to be Otakon, Castlecon, Anime USA, and I feel like that kind of got like, at least in the DMV area, got kind of kicked off to the side, as you have things like Baltimore Comic Con, even All Star Con, Blurred Con,
definitely
and
Awesome
Con.
Yeah.
Definitely Awesome Con, yeah, picking up speed and stuff like that. So
yeah, in the fall of MagFest, never been, but I wanted to go.
Yeah. Compared to like a large con like that, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the larger cons, or do you prefer like the kind of mid tier cons, like Blurred Con, All Star Con, or what about like the smaller kind of like library and school events?
Okay, I did not to say anything about the library school event ones. I like them, but a lot of them are just people passing by and they had no idea convention was happening here and they showed up. I got a lot of that and they're nice. It's nice. It's nice when people kind of discover, like, yeah, there's artists here thriving in our community where we really exist. We eat food too. We're not starving. I mean, we are, but like, also not. Please buy our stuff. I want to say though that I like the mid-tier conventions a lot. Having attended the bigger tier conventions, it's massive. The artist space for like the big cons is just this entire warehouse of just, I don't think we've ever fully walked through one of the artist alleys at like Katsu or Oda. I'll give Awesome Con that, because remember when we went to Awesome Con and you go down the elevator at the DC Convention Center, and it's just this entire bottom warehouse of just, that's the artist alley and vendor space.
I would say I've walked through all of it.
You have?
Like I say, it's not made that it big.
Dude, it's huge. What are you talking? I've walked one end of it, and I never got a chance to make my second row through.
I don't know. You usually take like a long time.
I like to look at the art. I like to talk to the people. I like to look at the art. You just be zooming past.
No,
well, not saying the
true.
truth. I know.
Well, you engaging in conversations.
Yeah, I actually caught. You do you go over and talk to some people.
Yeah.
A lot of the comic creators and whatnot.
You end up seeing like a lot of familiar faces, people people that you met before in previous cons. And
yeah, we have met over some. I enjoy that part too. I just really miss the people part of con. I don't know, not a lot of people are about people, but I like people. Believe it or not.
I don't.
I like engaging. I like listening. I like being a creep and just watching from a distance. What you gonna buy? What is that? What does that look like over there on that table? Ooh, I got something like that at my table. You want to come over? No, I don't do that. But yeah, I do like just kind of like watching the intermingling people. I like looking at your outfits. That's what I'm doing. So if you ever see me like kind of glancing in a way, I swear to God, I'm not being a creep. I'm just, your outfit looks nice, and I'm probably gonna give it to a character later. There's an element about your outfit that I really like.
Okay, so you said...
But I like the mid-tiers. The big ones are intimidating. I'll say that. I'll say I'm a bit intimidated. We haven't done them yet. But what I like most about the mid-tiers...
I feel like the large ones, it's like the desperation, right? Of dropping like close to $1,000 on a table and just feeling like, dang, I have to make this money back.
Yeah, that part especially.
Like just the desperation and sweat. Like you know that you have to use the bathroom, but you're just like telling yourself, I gotta hold it. Or you should eat something, man. You just been on your feet for the past 8 hours.
I think that's one of the worst things I hate.
It's just like, no, I gotta be here. Someone might come back, because this happened. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. there's been people that go use the restroom. Oops, damn, this time I hit my mic. There's people who go to the restroom and or go get something to eat, and as soon as they leave, someone shows up and they're just like, "Ooh, can I get this?" And it's like, "Sorry, that's the artist."
Yeah.
They stop, but they'll be back. Come back.
That person never comes back.
Yeah, like so. Just in case y'all wondering, if you ever leave your table, he's like, "Yep, that's how the universe works. That's just how it works.
Really is.
Someone always is gonna come back when you're not there, and whatnot."
You just gotta go to the bathroom or you gotta eat. I'm literally be sitting there. Okay, I was gonna say I like the mid-tier conventions because at some point you can at least you can understand the flow of traffic. At some point there's a calm down phase.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really nice because it's like you need that space. You would think, oh, that's terrible for business. It's great on your mental health. As someone who likes people, I need a recharge. I need people to stop talking to me for like at least 20 minutes. Give me like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, also I get that 20 minutes to eat, do whatever, walk around. It's really good. The mid-tier cons give you more of that. Being a vendor, being an attendee at the big conventions, it just seems so busy. Like everybody, even the con goers, are trying to get their money's worth. So it's like everyone's doing everything. Hitting up the panels are full, or like the table. You're trying to talk to an artist at a table, and they're packed because they have like a line of people.
Yeah.
So it's
and don't be that person. Don't be that person. Like,
what's that?
Be aware when you have when you're talking to an artist and you kind of have like a line gathering.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're not like intending to buy something, just step to the side.
Please.
Step to the side. Let the people buy. Let that person earn back their investment.
We promise we want to talk to you still. We promise we do. But let's
hopefully continue the conversation when things kind of died down.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Yeah.
Because I've had that. I've had that where, I'm literally so one of my experiences is I'm telling this person came up and asked me, what's the story behind this picture? And it was my Dare the Hunt character. Just all, I don't know why. Well, I know I drew it. I love my characters. But I set it up like they're all stacked on each other kind of thing with like a sky behind them and some barbed wire because edgy woo. And someone asked me, what's the story behind that? So I was like, do you want to hear the story? Like, it's actually a character from my comic. And they're like, yes. Oh my gosh. So I stood there for about a good 5 minutes, and I'm terrible at short stories. So I told them the entire, basic summary of my story as best as I could in a convention space, put on spot like that. And so one behind them was very nice. And I waved at them, and they, waved back like, oh, go ahead. So they behind that person listened the entire time. And the guy bought that print. He bought another print. It was really nice that some people like my story, that they're worth buying. And the guy quietly came up behind him, bought the same print. Loved the story behind it. Was very polite, waited, but also thank you for not leaving. Thing is, I acknowledged the guy. I said, hi, hello. And he was like, go on, continue. Because he wanted to hear the story too. So it's just like, that was a really wholesome exchange for me. I was like, I will keep that with me forever. Thank you, random people at my booth that listened to me ramble for 5 minutes and then bought my art based off my rambling. You will live forever in my memory. But I like customers like that too, though. That I like customers, right? But that don't mind waiting a little bit as a transaction closes.
Yeah.
As long as I acknowledge, I'll always acknowledge you. I will never sit there and be like, ugh.
I honestly, of course, appreciate the people that want to learn more about our characters and whatnot, nice. And want to purchase these art pieces, because I'm pretty sure we look kind of crazy to the people that just making oodles of money off their fan arts and stuff, because that's what people really come to get, the fan art.
Yeah, I totally get that too.
Yeah, I don't knock it. I don't knock it.
I buy some fan art stuff.
I don't knock it. I honestly feel like I wish that there was more conventions like Small Press Expo. For those of you who don't know, Small Press Expo is a convention in Wheaton, Maryland.
Oh, is it?
I believe. No, not Wheaton. What's that other? White Flint. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, White Flint, Maryland. And it's more so based upon indie creators.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally like their whole shtick is indie creators. If you attending this convention, you have to have a creation. You have to have intellectual property, comics, books, and whatever to be able to sell. And it's I don't know how it's doing, with the whole situation last year, but it's been getting really popular.
Yeah, it has.
And I feel like there needs to be more conventions like that. There needs to be more conventions that's focused less on the
Fandoms?
the celebrities. That's of the fandoms, right? The celebrities of the fandoms, and more so focus on the creators and people who want to come out and support those creators.
Yeah.
Or the people that just want to come out and find a new story, fall in love with something new.
More on different. The indie scene, yeah.
Yeah, because the indie scene, it varies, man. It varies.
No, the indie scene is great.
It varies. A lot of times it can be like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have a huge indie collection on our bookshelf.
Yeah, from novels to
I want to take a picture of, or at least do some videos, giving like a shout out, like
we have a lot
indie artists that you should check out, or indie creations you should check out.
Let us know. Do you want to know what we got on our bookshelves? It's like it's really cool collection because we've been doing this for years. We've really been interested. I mean, as we've always been content creators. Like we want to write our own stories and we want to build our own universes. Yeah. So I
mean, we got fight scene.
Yeah.
And whatnot. We really don't know what we're gonna do with that, but we
did.
Got it.
It was nice.
And whatnot. If anyone's coming out to BlurCon,
Oh yeah, I'll have those comics up there.
Yeah. Also, we're gonna put it on our
store
pages too. But we want to be more intentional with what we create.
Yeah.
And with what we have in store for y'all. In these upcoming months, is gonna be awesome.
You will not have a story where we don't know what to do with it.
yeah, like
I think I made a video on that, right? Creating with intent.
No, you didn't. But you should. You totally should.
Oh man.
Creating a video with intent. We should it should be lists, Oh
god.
People love lists.
You and your lists.
People love lists, man. Yeah, yo.
Oh my god.
Comment below if y'all think there should be more list videos.
Just a bit of an insight. I don't dislike lists. It's just that's Neff's thing. People like lists. It's like what? I'll do them though because they're actually pretty fun.
People like lists and people like acronyms.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I love acronyms, so I guess.
Yeah.
Or is it abbreviations? Wait. It's the difference between an acronym and abbreviation.
Well, abbreviation is just making a word shorter.
Oh, but it's not taking the first letter of each word. Okay, so it's yeah. Acronyms then. Abbreviations would be like a apt for like apartment or appointment, right? Apt, APT. That's an abbreviation of.
Oh yeah.
That's not really an. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, or
that's why he's the writer husband. Let me stop.
Yeah, or like DR for doctor.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Boy, learning stuff every day.
So yeah.
Can you not be so disappointed in me?
Oh no, that was just completely random. But yeah. So we're kind of.
What about you with the mid-tier call? Mid-tier, high tier? I guess we'll close it off with like.
For me, I want to be honest with you. I don't like standing at tables. I'll go around and I'll talk to people and whatnot, but actually standing behind a table just makes me super exhausted. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an introvert whatnot. I can call on that extrovert side, of course. I'm not a complete introvert. I'm not a complete homebody. But conventions tends to drain me completely.
Fairly so.
And whatnot. So. And drains me even more so being behind the table. So, I'm there, I'm talking to Mitty. Sometimes she'll call me and whatnot, and I'll give her a break so she can stretch her legs
all the time
and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I give it to her for being able to do that because it's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
Yeah, it isn't though. I'll say the last thing. It gets really hard when you're hungry. It gets really hard when you're hungry, and you're just like we talked about, leaving the table and getting food, and then eating behind the table. There are actually some conventions that tell you don't eat at your table, or they'll just be like, "Oh, just understand eating at your table kind of looks rude to customers," and I'm just like.
It's like, yeah, I can understand that. And then it's like there's certain spaces
Where am I supposed to eat?
where it's like, they just don't normally have people eat at or whatnot.
And it makes me so sad because I'm just like, I just want food.
Understandable.
I'm just scarfing down a McDonald's burger.
I mean, you just can't have.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they might let you have like snacks. You just can't come there with an entire carry-out plate.
Okay, true.
Just munch it, because a lot of places don't really have like trash cans too.
That too.
That's another thing that people don't really talk about. Especially if you make your own stickers.
Oh my god!
And you're planning to cut them out that day of. Make sure you have like some type of trash bag for your stuff.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Get a trash can for your space. Get a little vacuum or a broom too, because if you're like me and you're drawing and pencil shavings are going everywhere, eraser shavings, or you're just cutting out stickers right then and there because it's so much to cut out and you didn't do it.
I was like, why are your pencil shavings just going everywhere?
They go on the table.
Like, just.
Or you get like something crumbly, like a cookie or something like that, and it's just like, now you're just going to be stuck with cookie crumbles under your desk for like the next 3 days.
Just, some plastic bags or an actual trash bag, or a little trash bin or whatever.
Life hacks, pro hacks. People. Get a trash bag.
Yeah.
You dirty Concord.
I think that would be an interesting video too.
What's that?
Like, just tips, like things that you should remember to bring to a convention. Because I want to say, people, I never really heard anyone talk about this, but some convention spaces, especially ones that's like kind of like in the basement area of a hotel, are notorious to have bad signals.
Oh yes. Oh.
So if you're using something like a square for your phone and whatnot, and sometimes, well, it's not as bad as it used to be, because it's actually Square. You can get the order now without having like cellular data.
Oh, that's good.
To
now.
Send out, like it'll literally save it.
Yeah,
it'll save it, and then when it gets to like a Wi-Fi connection or something like that, then it'll work.
Oh, okay. Because I remember there was like at least on 2 different occasions, someone slid their card and I have no service, so
right,
I just couldn't
use it. Yeah, I think they actually.
And then I lost the sale.
Yeah, I think they actually ended up fixing that. But another thing is, you probably want to think ahead on how you're going to conserve power.
Oh yeah, true. My stuff have died left and right.
Yeah.
We don't have a. We have to look at that too. We've bought
I was
cheap battery chargers. What are they called? Portable chargers. Yeah.
Yeah, like portable. Probably get like a portable charger for your phone.
Don't get them from like the.
If you have like a little display and you probably need to like charge your tablet or whatnot, I'll probably say think about getting like a small camping generator, like power generator.
Oh man, our roommate has one
and whatnot.
But it's a good move.
No, definitely larger than that.
Wow, really? Oh, like an actual camping generator?
I'm talking about to like charge I'm talking about like to charge like a tablet or a laptop.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're gonna definitely something.
He just literally has like a
little crank
cam radio type thing. But if you need to keep your phone charged, or you have like a laptop or a tablet, consider getting that and whatnot, because you won't always have access to the venue's electricity.
Yeah,
especially depending on where you're at. Like if you're not stationed next to like a pillar.
Oh man, yeah. You just be scrambling for the ports if you can find one.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes when we was near ports and for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure I know why.
Yeah, I think I might
but,
too.
You know, it wasn't working either way. Like it wasn't getting any electricity and whatnot.
I think it's pretty dirty too, because it's like you pay for the space. You know, maybe you're staying in the hotel.
Well, you pay for the space, you didn't pay for the electricity.
Yeah, sure. But still,
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's
But
up?
you know, just putting that out there. Little
That's actually a pretty good
convention
tip
hack.
because people don't talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
We'll definitely make a format and make an actual list for those who just want to make a quick guide to conventions, because those are some pretty good tips. Those are pretty good tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
So this isn't our first time doing something like this. There's our YouTube page that has been like really abandoned.
No, it hasn't been abandoned. It's thought about often.
It has been abandoned. This is basically like that, right? Artist, wife, writer, husband. Except for this is on this being presented on Middnite Designs.
Yeah.
Until we figure out where we're going with that.
Yeah, that's always
that's an entire different conversation as well.
Yes, it is.
But yeah. Tell us what you think about this. You know, this is something that we kind of came up with on the fly. You know, as we're working on one of our other videos, and it's like, oh crap, we need something to release this week.
Yeah, we're like, hey, this video that we wanted to do for this week, that's hella intensive. We need something shorter for right now.
Yeah, so
bear with us.
Hey, well, you know, let's do this. You know, podcast. We actually just had an interview with Eric from Artway Alliance.
Good job, tell.
So it kind of rejuvenated us to getting behind the mic and just
it was nice.
Talking and having a discussion and stuff. So yeah, let us know what you think about this video.
Yeah, should we do some more
and whatnot? Fun, yeah. But yeah,
tell us about your con experiences. Let us know in the comments below. Or wherever have you. Like, do you like big cons? Do you like small cons? Do you have a weird experience?
It sounds like you said, do you like bitcoins?
Do you like bitcoins?
Like that cryptocurrency? Should convention start us up in cryptocurrency?
Oh my jeez.
But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, click that bell notification so you can get notified as soon as we upload new videos. And y'all definitely will be having videos with me because, like I said, I'm a writer and co-owner of Middnite Designs. You normally don't see me because I'm behind the camera and I'm the guy editing everything.
Everything that's on the channel
but, you know, I got lists. I know y'all like lists, like we said. I got the list for y'all. And, you know, I'm going to start presenting on the videos too. Help out Middnite. Yeah. Because she has a lot of work on her plate. A lot of work. Hopefully we'll be able to announce some stuff in the upcoming weeks. Yeah. But yeah, without further ado,
draw magic.
Peace.